The time is 8:30. I'm calling the meeting to order. Roll call first. I am definitely pinch hitting and now that it's baseball spring training. Yay. So actually the first order of business, we need to appoint member Schwarzy and member Eckhoff to our committee. So according under the authority of county board rules, I appoint those members, Schwarzy and Eckhoff, to serve as temporary members of this committee to establish quorum. Motion in a second? No need, okay. Then the next part is I'm calling the meeting of the Economic Development Committee to order. A physical quorum of the members is physically present. And I will entertain a motion to permit those members not physically present due to personal illness or disability, employment purposes, or for the business of the board. A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Welcome, Member LaPlante. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you'd love to be chairing this meeting. So I will do my best in your stead there.
It looks like Carrie.
Is Carrie on? Oh, Carrie, I'm sorry. I
That's
didn't know you would be remote, so.
Thank you for
Also,
jumping for us.
Member Galassi, thank you. First, I will ask for a motion on the approval of minutes 24/716 from January 16, 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Motion carries. Chairwoman remarks. Chair LaPlante, you want to take that part?
I would love to. Thank you so much, Member Rutledge. I would like to thank Member Rutledge for stepping in, Member Schwarzy, Member Eckhoff. Thank you guys so much. Teamwork makes the dream work. I am fulfilling one of my bucket life wishes, and I am here performing with Itzhak Perlman in Charleston, South Carolina with the symphony. And this has been planned for a year, and I am out of my tree with excitement. And Vice Chair Galassi was going to chair in my stead because we have a new rule. If you can't chair remotely. Unfortunately, she got sick last night. So thank you, Member Rutledge, who said, no problem, I've got it. So thanks, everyone. And thanks for letting us zoom in. And we have a great presentation coming from Beth Marchetti and the DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau. So we're very much looking forward to her presentation and all of the great work that she's done and will continue to do. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Chair LaPlante. Is there any public comment? So no public comment today. Next, I'll ask for a motion on budget transfers 240519, transfer of funds from account, a lot of numbers, software licenses to benefit payments in the amount of $5,000 to provide funds to cover benefit payments to specific employees and to cover compensated absences accrual for FY23. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yep, motion carries. Next is a change order 240649, decrease the purchase order issued to Central States SER Jobs for Progress Inc. in the amount of $156,760.41, a 50.51% decrease for a new contract amount. Based on the remaining anticipated billing, sub-grantee has incurred or billed less than the budgeted to date. A reduction in the contract will allow for workforce development to reallocate the funds.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. Thank you. Next is a resolution EDR 1-24, the DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau designation of representative for grant purposes from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 25. First and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carried. Next is FIR 42-24, a correction of a scrivener's error. In resolution FIR 16-24, Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, the fiscal year 24 state supplement funds grant company 5,000, accounting unit 2840 referenced in resolution FIR 16-24 to be changed to reflect the new accounting unit of 2841.
So move.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. Next, we have a presentation by Beth Marchetti, our DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau. Good morning, my dear. I haven't seen you in a while.
I think
You guys got slides for her?
Or is there a clicker?
Or a clicker?
Okay,
Okay, perfect.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Great to
morning.
be here on a Tuesday. That's going to be what, 60 degrees out, I think this. So Yahoo. Beth Marquetti, Executive Director. I am now celebrating my almost 11th year as director. So great to be here this morning. We're going to start with marketing, and I'm going to give you an update between marketing, sales, and then sports. And I do want to thank you for your passing of the resolution for our state grant. For those of you who may not know, we received the DuPage portion of the hotel tax in the form of a matching grant. So the money that we get from our local municipal hotel tax is used to make that match. So in order to get the DuPage portion, I have to have that resolution. So thank you very much for that. And we'll be here, I'm assuming, next week at finance and a full board meeting. So next slide, and it's got a video if you wouldn't mind playing that. It's very quick. You click on the bottom, the arrow should show up. But no sound. Oh, shucks. So this was a video that we did for, it buffers a little bit here too. I don't know why in this building it does, but this is something that we were able to do through the marketing ARPA dollars. So thank you very much. The voiceover is really great. It's very quick, but it's going to be out of market through Comcast and then all streaming channels throughout the Midwest drive markets. So it's a 30-second commercial. It'll be shown on social as well. There you go. So it's a great, real short, quick, good morning, short, quick video. Next slide, please. So real quickly, back to marketing. We have done a really fantastic job with social. I think you might have to hit escape. There we go. So Wonderverse opened at Oprah Center, obviously huge interest in that. It's the only Sony sponsored venue in the country. Leaf keeping, fall leaves, very, very popular. And then we really wanted to help some of the smaller holiday light venues. So that on the right was some of the smaller communities that we can help promote. Next slide, please. That was on Instagram. The next slide is on Facebook. Obviously, Morton Arboretum had a great time at the Choose DuPage meeting. I saw a lot of you there. Great event as usual. I know some of you came to the Cantini event. We did post that as well. I know that event will be growing and growing as they really work on helping promote that, but we did as well. Fall Sunny Acre Farms, and believe it or not, that last slide, which is unusual things for Halloween to do in DuPage, got a lot of interest in that. So that's really, that's Ivan Albright from at the Warrenville Historical Museum. Next slide, please. Thank you for those of you who came to the Picasso event. That was a very important event. It's the 50th anniversary birthday of Picasso. We helped the Elmhurst Art Museum in the form of a grant and help them promote that. Obviously, Of the Earth continues to just really rally record attendance numbers at the Morton Arboretum. The Illinois Office of Tourism also helped them with a grant for this program, as well as the Grand Gardens that you saw in that very last still shot of the video. Next slide, please. It's the 100th anniversary, 100th anniversary. So we're helping the Lombard Historical Museum with a grant to really help. They have an entire year of really great events celebrating Little Orphan Annie, who I know many of you know, who started as a comic strip. And the Illinois Office of Tourism, again, finds this to be very quirky and fun, and so have sent PR companies, including Time Zone One and OKRP, out to the museum. So we've been helping get that word out. Next slide, please. Then we have Olmec Trails. So if any of you were able to come to the event last weekend, or excuse me, last Thursday at the Mackinac Art Center, we wrote a grant to help the DuPage Mexican Cultural Center. And the MAC also put in some dollars at COD, the foundation, and then DuPage CB also invested some dollars. For those of you who don't know, these were sculptures that were found by archaeologists. They believe it was the first soccer. They've discovered these fields. So it's just in time for the World Cup that will be coming in 2026. And these heads will be painted in Mexico. And then the DuPage CVB, the grant that we wrote for them, will hopefully transport the artists here to install, transport the colossal heads, as they're called, and then distribute them throughout the forest preserves, the MAC, the College of DuPage, and then any other communities that are interested in putting them in their downtown to drive traffic this summer. This will be installed in June, and will run through October. There's already interest to move these to different communities. We're hoping to keep some of them, again, for World Cup, to really promote soccer. Next slide, please. So I wanted to give you a little snapshot. If you look on your far right, obviously group business is the lower line. We had a huge gap in 2020 because we couldn't have more than 50 people in a room. You can see that gap is closing. So leisure versus group business, people still want to meet and they are meeting. So that's the group. They get a lot more things done when their groups are meeting. And I think Member Childress just told us about some information that we're helping him with the gala. So all good stuff. We're all getting together as groups again. Next slide, please. We're going to go into marketing. Sales. So Connect is one of the largest trade shows that we go to. So we really push out our meetings markets. You can see we did banner retargeting. We did a lot of social media. We did a dedicated email, but more importantly, right before we went to the show, we did a pre-show e-blast and we had an open rate of almost 50%, which is really unheard of. So that is, again, because of the county ARPA money. So thank you again. This was a game changer for us to be able to spread and get further out instead of just Indiana, Iowa. It was really been able to get further out into the market. Next slide, please. I'm delighted to share with you that we are hosting for the first time ever in Illinois, small market meetings. We were working on that event for 2 years and made a decision. It will be held at the Burr Ridge Marriott, but then we're bringing them over to a opening reception at the Greens at Burr Ridge and then doing a familiarization tour for 2 days afterwards, taking them all around DuPage County. This is the exact sweet spot for DuPage CVB. It's smaller meetings we can't host because we don't have a convention center. So it's that about 150 to 250 peak room night meetings that we really need for our hotels. Next slide, please. Success story here. Looking right under Carrie's phone there, year to date, the hotel tax that's been generated, hotel revenue, excuse me, is $411 million in DuPage County. One of the largest suburban concentrations of hotel rooms in the country. You can see that that's up from not only 2019, but also last year.
Nice.
So we are back to hotel revenues. We are not up in occupancy if you look over to your far left, but we're only down 2.1%. However, that 2.1% in 16,000 rooms times 365 days a year is a number that we want to restore. Because less people in the hotels means less people in your restaurants, in your attractions. So we want to make sure that those numbers continue to grow. This is a new Symphony data report that we were able to invest in on our own through the state. So this has been a really helpful tool for us to show, because I know we get up here and we talk about RevPAR and ADR and some people's eyes glaze over. That's information for the hotels. But this is a great tool for us. All of this together, next slide, please. End of calendar year, this is where we landed. You have to keep clicking, thank you. 440 leads. In 2019, we had 350. So our team is working so hard. We attended so many different trade shows, processed so many grants, really hard work on our staff's behalf. So again, just like Greg, we don't count a lead unless you have some benchmarks that we have to hit as well. It has to be at least 15 rooms. Has to have a lead that goes through the bureau so that we can help the hotels book that. So all of that great information. Convention services is anytime someone calls and asks us for group packages or, welcome bags or welcome coupons or something like that. So we did a lot of bag stuffing this year too. Grant, just so you know, we helped 25 different attractions, park districts, communities write grants to DCO through their grant programs. There was marketing grants, there were back to business grants. So again, lending our support for that. And then 51 requests to our grant program, which is a municipal matching grant program. So the Bureau puts in money and then the municipality will put in money to help get that piece of business over the finish line. Sometimes it's just transportation. I'm sad to say that during COVID, many of our hotels lost valet, lost bellwomen, and lost their shuttle drivers. So a lot of times if we can help with a little bit of money to help pay for a shuttle driver, help pay for Uber business, or do land transportation from the airport, that's enough to get them across the finish line and book in DuPage. Next slide, please. So we've been working obviously with PGA Tour. Last month, we worked with Elevate Sports, which is the third party that PGA Tour hired to do domestic and overnight packages. Your package will include President's Cup golf tickets, hotel, land transportation, possibly a VIP experience, and a restaurant. So we are putting all those packages together. We're actually in Canada this weekend to sell those at a show. We will be going to IPW, which is the largest travel trade show in the country, in May. And then next May, it will be in Chicago, which is perfect timing for us in 2025 to push 2026. Do we think that we will be doing gangbuster business? Absolutely. But we want to sell as many of these packages so that as many international visitors are here, because 2026 is a big year with World Cup. We will get visitors to the Chicagoland area because of the 100th anniversary of Route 66 and because of PGA President's Cup. Next slide, please. So you can just see some of the hotels that we cited. Game of Irons. People really love Game of Irons. I'm like golf, putt shack, all the other things that we have in DuPage, Top Golf, etc. So next slide, please. Sports Commission. So last weekend was Frosty Faustings. Again, these are all dollars that the county helped with bid fee money. So grateful. Frosty Faustings was threatening to leave DuPage because they've outgrown it. They were going to go to a convention center. We came in with some help with transportation. And as you may know, we booked that hotel and then we had 5 other hotels that had to be shuttled around. So Oprah Terrace, Downers Grove, Oak Brook, all benefited from this wonderful e-gaming event. So speaking of e-gaming, this coming weekend, we have our first Midwest Invitational Sports event. This is an inaugural event, and I wanted to share with you, which is not on the slide, that we have Carthage College, Michigan State University, University of Cincinnati, University of Minnesota, Lakeland University in Wisconsin, University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, Western Iowa Tech, Marquette, Illinois Wesleyan, St. Xavier, and Coe College in Iowa. We just now got Northwood in Minnesota or Michigan. I'm not sure. I wrote M, but 21 different colleges and universities are participating in this e-gaming event. So we're really excited. That's generating hotel rooms. They're playing 3 different games. This is really great business, and it'll be held at Scrims in Lisle, which is an e-gaming facility, and then also spilling over into the Hyatt Regency Lisle. Next slide, please. Oh, I did put it in there. Next slide, please. So bowling. So these were the events that you all helped with Stardust with the $150,000 and helping them with bid fee money. To date, these are the things that we've been working on. We have not, you can see the U.S. Junior Gold and U.S. Women's Championship is pending. They are still trying to find outdoor space that can host fireworks and seat a lot of people. We don't have the type of stadium that they need. So we're working with different people in the area that we can have just that over that evening reception, and then they will come back in the area. for junior gold. Women's championship, I know you remember, that was 18,000 hotel rooms in Addison, and all the DuPage County hotels. And then you can see we've got poster bowlers in September, which is a really nice big piece of business for us. So my next slide is thanking you for your resolution. As I mentioned in the beginning, that helps us get that state grant. And that is the end of my presentation, and I'm happy to entertain any questions. But I really appreciate being here. I love DuPage County, and we work really hard to make sure that we're front and center.
Questions, anybody?
I just had a comment. I'm so impressed by the number of events and the number of, all the different things that you guys have pulled together for 2024. So thanks.
BB Bob opens on Thursday in Naperville. It's been a long time coming. That's one of their flagship stores. They have little pods in there. So if you camp out, the first 100 people get BB Bop for an entire year. They're a great member of us, trying to mainstream different Korean food. I call them the Chipotle of Korean food. There's 3 in DuPage County, so we're really excited for that. We work really hard with our attractions. We've got a lot of grants coming up this year that will help these attractions and different restaurants and whatnot. So thank you for saying that.
Anybody else? Comments, questions? Thank you so much, Beth.
Thank you.
Love what you do. Let's see, next on our agenda is any old business. Seeing Lisa, sure, come on up.
I'll get on camera here to say hi to Lynn. Carrie's I just wanted to make a quick note that upcoming in March, as you guys know, we had that Return to Work, the Workforce for Parents series in conjunction with Choose DuPage and College of DuPage. We were able to pull together a cohort kind of program. It's a 3-session series with College of DuPage. Will be hosted at College of DuPage, paid for through our state supplemental funds for parents. It's going to be a 3-day computer skills training series. 1 upcoming in March, and then the plan is to have 2 in April. So as I've told the committee previously, I wanted to keep you guys informed of developments with that project. That's kind of the next step. In addition to that, we've also funded just some individual, it's all moms so far, no dads yet have inquired about this, but we have funded some individuals for one-off training programs as well. So we have some good momentum with those state supplemental funds currently.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks,
Got anything to
Lisa.
add?
Next month.
Okay, all righty, good. Any new business this morning? Seeing none, without objection, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Pretty late.
Of course.